welcome. It's Aggy from Media Galore in here, and I am here with amazing Mark Stephen Pula. So I hope that I just said it correct. Pula, is that right?
Perfectly, Aggy.
I am not good with names, to be honest, so I do apologize. I am so excited because I met Mark, like I think it was 1 year and a half ago when I had a call with you, and I was so not sure what I want to do in my life, and he was so nice, and I heard your story and it just touched my heart. So if you can introduce yourself and say what you're doing and who you are, Mark.
Perfect. Thank you for the lovely introduction, Aggy. That was lovely. I'm named Mark Stephen Pooler, and I'm a fun-loving and focused PR expert, and I support high-profile, high-value individuals to be seen, heard, and get noticed with worldwide digital media to become known globally.
It's amazing, and I'm so happy that you actually said yes to this interview because, to be honest, I just sent the invitation and I'm like, probably it will be no. And then suddenly it was yes, and I'm like, yay!
Aggie, I would always say yes to you. You've kept in touch with me. You sent me a lovely video of your son. I remember that. And you have built a relationship. So that's how you get far in life, by creating great relationships, which you have done that.
I am really, really grateful for that. And Mark, because I invited you here because I want to share a little bit about my story, which not a lot of people know, because I try not to share it because it's the dark place where I've been. And your story just is amazing. And the way you came on the other side, it's just beautiful. And I am such of advocate for people who want to change, who want to follow their dreams, and they can do it. So that's why it was so important for me, because let me just recap a little bit. So I came to UK in 2004, and then I had a brilliant life, to be honest. I just got money. We bought a house with my ex-husband at that time, and we had a mortgage, and everything was just beautiful and brilliant. Then I gave birth to my son, had a daughter already, and then the son was diagnosed with diabetes type 1 when he was 2 years old. And since then, my ex-husband, he started to drink heavily, and it just got out of control, and it got to the point where I was abused. And I'm sorry, I knew that I'm gonna start crying and be emotional because I don't talk about that. I just try to don't, but I think it's the right time to say goodbye to the past because the past is haunting me. So my biggest thing was that, yes, we do go wrong ways sometimes, but we've got the power to change it, and it's up to us to actually come on the other side. Unfortunately, my ex, he didn't want to. So let's say we divorced and I lost everything. I just got nothing left. I lost the house, I lost the car, I lost everything whatsoever. So I was left with myself, nothing, and two children, with one with diabetes type 1. So hearing your story, it's just seriously, my heart is definitely with you, and well done, seriously. So if you can tell us a little bit, if you don't mind, obviously. I was scared even ask because I know that this subject for me, it's very difficult to talk about. So it must be obviously difficult to talk about for you as well, is it?
Not so much now, because I have shared my story a lot. So I think for you, you are a survivor, you are a Trojan, and you have got through the other side now. It's really important that you share your story, Aggie, because sometimes we feel ashamed of our own stories, but you will inspire so many people, and it will also help people to connect with you, and you can really really inspire and help so many people just from sharing your story. I myself have been in a relationship where my partner was a drinker, an alcoholic, and unfortunately it changes people's personalities, and I know how hard that is to overcome. But you should never be ashamed of sharing your story to inspire others, and eventually you will lose the emotion that's attached to the story, so that when you're sharing it you won't feel the emotion as much, so that you can share the story without getting upset. But that takes practice, and I was exactly like you in the beginning. Before I shared my story quite a lot, whereas now I can share my story comfortably. So keep on doing what you're doing, sharing your message. It's really important, because there will be so many people that are going through exactly what you have been through. So I just wanted to say that to start with. I'll share a little bit about my story. I came from a past of bullying at primary school, about my sexuality before I knew it myself, and also about the way I looked. So every day I would get bullied: big chin, big ears, gay. That was an everyday occurrence in my life, all the way from the age of 5 years old, from a few days of being at school. So that was a really hard journey. I purposely went to a secondary school where no one from primary school was going to. And that was great. I didn't get bullied at first, but then after a few weeks, I started to get bullied, and it was a lot worse. I remember one of the hard lads coming and kicking me in my back when I was walking home from school for no reason, and I had to run the 3 miles home. So it was really, really hard. My education suffered, and I left school at the age of 15 with a really bad education. And I always joke, if you put all my GCSE results together, they would spell the word fudge. They were that bad. So by the age of 15, I started drug taking. It started with soft drugs like speed and cannabis to start with. I did start hairdressing, which was great. It built my confidence. I learned business skills, and I learned how to deal with the public. And I was working for some of the biggest name hairstylists in the UK. They were on GMTV on the mornings. They had their own product range in Boots. So I was used to dealing with celebrities, even from the age of 16. But by the age of 18, my party lifestyle had got out of control, and my drug taking got a lot worse. And I started to take things like ecstasy. And by the age of 21, my life had spiraled out of control. I was addicted to crack cocaine and heroin. I went out on a party night out with friends, having the time of my life. 1 minute, I tried a new clubbing drug. And the next minute, I woke up in hospital. I just collapsed and died from drug use. I had bruises all up my arms where adrenaline had been pumped into me, a shaven chest where shock pads had been used on me to bring me back to life. I was living a bad life. My life was going nowhere. Now, you would think that would have made me see the light, but I had no self-confidence, no self-worth, no direction for my future. So I went straight back out from the hospital and carried on partying and taking drugs, even though I just collapsed and died from drug use the same day. A few days after that, Aggy, my mum caught me in my bedroom taking crack cocaine. She grabbed the crack pipe off me, ran outside, chucked it down the drain, and she did one of the best things she could have ever have done for me, and that was to chuck me out of the family home. I started to have to look after myself. I had to grow up really quickly. So I really feel that really helped me by my mum kicking me out of the house. It really is true. You end up like the people that you are closest to. People will either lift you up or they will drag you down. I always say, have a look at your circle and ask yourself, would you swap places with those people? Because if the answer is no, it's time to change your circle. I give up crack cocaine and heroin, all the strong drugs, just by using the power of my mind. I didn't see a doctor. I didn't take substitute drugs. I cold turkeyed for a couple of weeks, went through hot and cold shivers. I slowly started to rebuild my life from using the power of my mind. I read my first Law of Attraction book before The Secret movie came out, or The Secret book. It was well long before that. And I knew that there was something in the fact that using positive thinking, it can really help you to change your life. So I believe with positive, empowering belief systems, it leads to making better choices. And with repetition, you can create any future reality that you would like to create. Takes a lot of action. It does take a lot of hard work, and anyone that is suffering with addiction, there is nothing wrong in seeking medical assistance. I didn't see a doctor, but there is nothing wrong in seeking medical assistance. That's what they are there for. So I slowly started to rebuild my life. I did carry on partying for a fair few years, but I had quit the strong drugs. Now, by the age of 30, I had had enough of working in hair salons, making lots of money for them and not making any money for myself. So I left a paid job, having a mortgage, and I set up as a freelance hairdresser, and that was the start of my entrepreneurship journey. I then joined a network marketing company, did that for 2 years, built a team of 50, recruited into 6 different countries. And that was great. It opened me up to the world of business, social media, building a network, branding, the power of having a network. I went from having 300 friends on Facebook to being maxed out. But I wasn't following my passion. I used to watch the speakers on stage sharing their stories. And I thought, that's what I want to do. I've got a great story. I want to inspire others with my story. So I left network marketing, jumped in the deep end to become a speaker. I spoke all over the UK. In that time, I became an international bestseller with my book, Step Into Your Brilliance, which is an entrepreneurship guide to the power of positive storytelling and social media to position yourself as an expert. That went #1 in the USA, Canada, and the UK. I also spoke on a stage, the same stage as Jack Canfield in Toronto. And then I was interviewed on a radio show like we're doing now in the USA. They asked if I would like to be a co-host of the radio show to an audience of 3 million. I said yes. And that opened up a whole new world of media and press, which I do now, which I have done for the last 2 years. I have launched my own publishing platform, MSP News Global. I've launched my own agency, the TMSP agency, which is a premium media and PR agency. And for the last 2 years, I've built a really successful business in media and PR, supporting my clients to get featured in press with written credibility articles, expert positioned radio interviews, major publications and press features. So I know that was a little bit long-winded, but that is my story, Aggy.
Well, it's amazing. I can listen to it and listen and cry. It's just amazing. No, I am speechless, okay? Because I really admire. That's what I'm saying. I look up for you because obviously you are like inspiration for me, and it's not only because your story, it's what you are doing now. That's where I want to be, obviously, in social media marketing and all that jazz, and the speaking and everything. Thinking that you came from where you came and you can do it. It's just such an amazing inspirational story, which I would love everyone could do it. We do go wrong ways, but we can do it. It's just in a mind. And I definitely need to get your book. Oh my Lord, I didn't even know. How could I?
I can send you a copy of my book, Aggy, but I would say it doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past. You can achieve anything within reason that you would like to achieve. You're doing amazing with social media. Your social media looks really, really spectacular. I have had a lot of rejection. I have had a lot of failure. And that's what people don't see when they're looking at me now, working with celebrities, some of the biggest names in business, personal development, being featured in all sorts of places. My first year, I spoke all over the UK for free. I didn't earn a penny. I was trying to create programs and products and services. No one wanted to buy them. I was getting no after no after no, but I carried on and carried on and kept showing up, kept on going through the failure and the rejection and showing up positive on social media. And then little by little, you start to get results. I started with one client. I then got a couple of clients. I started to appear on this radio show or that radio show. Those little daily steps is what get you to success. And unfortunately, there are no shortcuts. You will have coaches telling you there is, but in my experience, you have to grow into the person you want to become. And that takes investment in money. It takes hours and hours of hard work, rejection, failure, spending lots of money on courses, programs, coaches, mentors. There's a lot of rejection. And I honestly think not everyone would be able to put up with the rejection and failure that I had to go through in the first couple of years of building my speaking business. It was really, really hard, Aggie, but I'm not one to give in. And even when I'm failing and thinking, how long can I do this for? There's just part of me, even though I've got those feelings deep down, that I can't give up, because the only person I would be giving up on is myself, because it's my dream I'm trying to build. So anyone out there, whatever you're trying to achieve, keep going. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It won't be easy. It may not happen quickly. It will be a roller coaster, but you will get to the end destination.
I totally agree. It's like I was a beauty therapist and makeup artist. So when you said about working in a hair salon, I totally understand. But then it didn't feel right. So obviously this one led me to social media marketing and all that. So and meeting amazing people like yourself. And I remember when I rang you and you rang me back, because I think I messaged you. I was so confused. I knew that I wanted to be online, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And what I loved about you that time, we had a conversation and you said to me, just go away, think about it, have your time, and come back to me when you are ready. So I will come back to you when I'm ready one day. So that was amazing. No push, no scam, no nothing. Just go away, work it out, and come back. And that was just beautiful, seriously.
There are too many people online that use sales techniques to try and combat objections, which it is important to be able to work with objections, but real selling comes from the heart. And if someone is not ready, or it's not right for them at that time, that's not my job to force somebody into a sale. And there are too many people out there that do use pushy sales techniques. If you're authentic, honest, you believe in your product and service, and you come from the heart, you will attract the right clients. But just look how far you have come, Aggy. Look at what you're building. Look at the progress you're making.
I know, and it's actually one step is because of you. Because if you would probably say bye bye bye, I would, and then probably it wouldn't be right time, and it wouldn't be right thing what I was looking for, because I didn't know really what I want to do. I just wanted to know. I wanted to be out there, basically. So look at this. You saying no, go, think about it, come back when you're ready. Maybe that was actually the push and the door open, is it? So that is so amazing. And if you can tell us all, because I can talk and talk, but I know that you've got next call, and I really appreciate your time. I try to be as quick as I can, but I would listen it for all night, to be honest. If you can tell us, Mark, where we can find you, where we can buy your book, please.
Perfect. So my book is called Step Into Your Brilliance. It's on Amazon, Kindle, and it's also on Audible as an audio book. That's Step Into Your Brilliance. If anyone is looking to get seen, heard, and noticed with worldwide digital media to become known globally, they can simply go to www.contactmark.me. That's contactmark.me. They can schedule a Zoom get together. We can have coffee over Zoom, and all my social media handles are there as well. So that's contactmark.me.
Yeah, I will put all the links in the description box anyway. So probably they're going to be everywhere. Don't worry, Mark. Well, they're going to be on stories. They're going to be everywhere.
and I will share it as well. So do send it all to me.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate this lovely chat. You are such an amazing person. You've got amazing heart, and I wish you all the best. And I hope that we're going to see each other one day somewhere there where we can say, oh, actually, it's because of you I'm here. Thank you, Mark. I really
You are
appreciate.
doing amazing, and keep sharing your story, because it's a good one to inspire others.
And that is the first time I actually spoke about it on social media. So thank you again, opening the door for saying goodbye to my past. Is that? So
Your past does not define you.
exactly. But I think that I dragged it for too long. So now is the time to say goodbye. So goodbye, my past, and thank you, Mark.
I love that.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening and great call. And I'm going to be spying you on social media.
Thank you for the opportunity, Aggy. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for saying yes. And I was like, I still couldn't believe it. Thank you. So have
You're
a lovely
welcome.
evening, and speak to you shortly, or see you shortly online then. Yeah. Thank you.